If you're just tuning in, Dante is hosting a game show that has contestants buzzing in on plot. They know plot consists of two key components, action and conflict. Before proceeding, view Name That Plot, and then make sure you don't miss this exciting episode of Thinking Aloud. And now, here's the man of the hour, Al Arthur.
Thanks, Johnny. If you're just joining us, things have gotten a little bit soggy here in the studio. We're in the middle of quite a thunderstorm, and our roof seems to have sprung a leak. But I think everyone is ready to...
Name That Plot!
Very good. Jennifer, Julia, and Dean. On to the next question. While Johnny reads the plot for us, pay very close attention to the conflict and action used by the author. Johnny?
Here's Sir Belvidere for 100 points. Fog had blanketed the kingdom for weeks. It was a fog so thick it seeped in every open window. It was a fog so heavy, movement was dangerous. Village life ground to a halt. No horse would budge, no bread was baked, no cows were milked. Making matters worse, a dragon was on its way. He will steal our princesses, burn our crops, and hoard our treasures as all dragons do, Sir Belvidere the Dragon Slayer told the king. Then slay him, ordered the king. But the next morning, Sir Belvidere couldn't see his sword in front of his face. I cannot slay what I cannot see. This fog must go. Sir Belvidere summoned the wizard. Surely you must have a potion or spell for the fog, he said. The wizard mixed potions and cast spells, one after another, but the fog grew thicker. Sir Belvidere passed out paper fans to every villager. We must fan this fog away. The villagers fanned with all their might, but the fog stayed put. Finally, Sir Belvidere tried moving the villagers to other parts of the kingdom, but the fog followed them, making each step more treacherous than the last. In the distance, Sir Belvidere heard the sound of the dragon's massive flapping wings. A shiver ran up his spine. What could he do? Just then, Sir Belvidere felt a tug on his armor. He peered through the fog and saw a young boy. "Follow me," said the boy. Sir Belvidere followed the boy partway up the mountain. Suddenly, through the fog, they faced the shadowy form of the dragon. The dragon, Sir Belvidere hissed. But dragons steal princesses, burn crops, and hoard treasures. Do you know that about this one? Asked the boy, taking 3 steps forward until he was nose to nose with the dragon. Then he whispered something in the dragon's ear. With that, the dragon's eyes glowed red, and his nostrils flared as he inhaled deeply. Sir Belvidere drew his sword as the dragon blew a barrel of roaring fire. Not at them, but across the fog. With each fiery blast, more fog disappeared. As the air cleared, cheers from the valley below erupted. After thanking the dragon, Sir Belvidere and the boy hurried off to tell the king that Sir Belvidere's dragon-slaying days were over, but his dragon-protecting days had just begun.
That was some fast thinking. Now, contestants, who can tell us which pattern of action and which type of conflict was used in this story? Dean.
Episodic and...
Jennifer?
Person against society.
Episodic?
No. Anyone?
Oh, the author used progressive action and person against nature conflict.
Way to go, Julia. Your correct answer takes you to the bonus round. For 500 points, explain to us how you determined the right answer.
Right away, I was thinking the fog was the problem. It was keeping Sir Belvidere from slaying the dragon. So I decided that it must be a person against nature conflict. But then I had to decide the pattern of action. As I kept listening to Johnny read, I heard a series of events that made me think of rising action. The first event happened the first time Sir Belvidere tried to get rid of the fog. I'm thinking this was when he summoned the wizard to mix a potion or spell for the fog. I knew his idea didn't solve the problem because the fog only got thicker. Then, when I heard that Sir Belvedere wanted the villagers to fan the fog away, I decided that must be the second event. I knew his second idea didn't work either because the fog stayed put. I thought the third event occurred when Sir Belvedere tried to move the villagers to other parts of the kingdom. But when I heard that the fog followed them, I knew his third idea was unsuccessful. The high point or exciting part of the story came when the boy and Sir Belvedere faced the dragon. I was really nervous when the boy went nose to nose with the dragon and whispered something in its ear. I know rising action and the high point of a story occur both in progressive and cliffhanger patterns of action. So I had to keep listening to see if the story ended here and left me hanging, or if there was a resolution to the conflict and a conclusion to the story. When I heard that the dragon blew a barrel of roaring fire across the fog, which caused the fog to disappear, the air to clear, and the cheers from the valley below to erupt, I knew the problem had been solved. This was the turning point in the story. The conflict was resolved. When I heard that Sir Belvedere and the boy thanked the dragon and were off to tell the king that Sir Belvedere was no longer going to be a dragon slayer, but a dragon protector, I knew that the author was using falling action to bring the story to a close. I knew this story had a progressive pattern of action.
That makes sense.
I try to determine the type of conflict and the pattern of action whenever I'm reading or listening to a story. It helps me to better remember the plot.
Good for you, Julia. You know, I was just thinking that it took our contestants multiple tries before finding the right answer. Just the way the villagers attempted several ways to solve their conflict with the fog before being successful. And I think we're having a major conflict with this thunderstorm. I guess we're all battling Mother Nature today. Let's take a break, dry off, and get back to naming more action and conflict right after this.
In this episode, we've named progressive action and person against nature conflict. But you don't want to miss all of the videos in the Name That Plot series. Keep playing and keep thinking aloud.